Hey guys, how's it going? So, at the beginning of 2022, I made a video with my predictions for what would happen in the TCG investing world in 2022, and now I'm going to revisit those and kind of try to discuss, was I right, was I wrong, what were predictions that we just can't measure. So, I'll put the link up somewhere to the original video from January of 22. So the first thing I predicted was that we were in a kind of card grading super cycle, and that the price to grade cards would drop over the course of 2022. And of course it did. PSA, as kind of the standard, would open up a bunch of service levels that were closed at the beginning of the year. I think as of now there is an $18 service level, and there are still two levels below that that are locked and may or may not come back eventually, or they may adjust the pricing. They're also trying to go to some kind of subscription model, which is weird. I guess they want to focus on people who grade a lot of cards, so they want to charge $100 a year for the subscription. But if you grade lots of cards, you don't really care if you pay an extra $100 a year, because grading is kind of expensive to start with. And if you're doing it right, it's worth it. So I guess I'll say I was right on that. And I also kind of specified that bulk prices would return to the $8 to $10 range in the next 18 months. So they're not there yet. Like I said, PSA's lowest level right now is $18 per card for grading. So those $8 to $10 bulk prices that I predicted aren't back yet, but I guess I still have 6 more months to see if they'll come back. And I hate to admit it, but I've been spending a lot of time on the Pokemon TCG subreddit, and man, those people are crazy. They will take garbage cards and just send mountains of them in to be graded. So until that breaks and people stop doing that, or have a reason to stop doing that, you might not see much more downward movement in grading prices. So we'll have to wait and see. I guess I have 6 more months to see if my prediction was correct, but man, the price to grade cards did come down a lot over the course of the year. So the second prediction was that 2021 Magic product would stay soft in price, and oh yes, did it. And it even got softer over the course of the year in some cases. Things like Adventures in the Forgotten Realms boxes, WotC dumped those again on Amazon at the end of the year. Zendikar Rising, of course, that was a 2020 product, wasn't? But certainly Crimson Vow and Midnight Hunt stayed soft. Kaldheim stayed soft. So most of the products did, and even Time Spiral Remastered gave up all of the gains that it had gotten over the course of the year, and eventually finished the year at about the price it started. Modern Horizons 2 gave up a little bit, but it's a great set, and the quality of the set supported the price. So it did give up a little bit, but not nearly so much. But I would say I was probably correct on that one, that the 2021 era Magic product would stay soft in price during 2022. So next, 2022 Magic products will be well received. Yeah, I think so. And I'll give myself a question mark on that one, because it seems people liked Kamigawa. It seems people just kind of forgot about Streets of New Capenna. It doesn't seem that people really hated it, but they just never had time to really engage with the product, and so they forgot about it. But I don't hear a lot of people with big complaints about Streets of New Capenna. Baldur's Gate, I think, more than the set content itself, people hated the way that WotC treated the set. They charged too much money, they didn't give you enough cards, and they took the best cards out and moved them to Double Masters 2022. Even the best Commander cards, things like Mana Drain, which is it legal anywhere other than Commander? And they moved that from a Commander Legends set to Double Masters 2022. And so I think that was the big problem people had with Baldur's Gate. Beyond that, Double Masters 2022 was well received, almost off the charts. Dominaria United, once people got over the hysteria of the Lost Legends inserts, the set seemed to be well liked. Brothers War 2, Jumpstart 2022, people like that. And so, with the exception of a couple of things like Dominaria United Jumpstart and Brothers War Jumpstart, yeah, I think most of the products were well received. The products themselves. Now, the pricing, the print runs, other things, definitely not well received, but my prediction was that the products would be well received, and I think they were. So I would say the answer is question mark. So the next one was at the end of 2021, in the latter part of the year, there were a bunch of rumors that WotC would double the MSRP on their products. And I remember Rudy made a video about this, about rumors he was hearing that WotC would double the MSRP. And so my prediction at the beginning of 2022 was no, they will not double MSRP. That's way too much of an increase. And there's no way that the market could ever support a doubling of MSRP, even if we kind of make any claims about what MSRP even means. And really, I was right. They increased prices, but they only increased them about 10 to 15% on most products. I think that Commander precons are kind of the exception. They just keep marching upward in price at the wholesale level just at an incredible rate. But for the most part, no. For the entire part, nothing doubled in price. Most things went up 10 to 15%. So I was correct on that one. The next prediction, Pokemon prices will stay weak due to more printing. Yes. So 2021 was when Pokemon USA acquired Millennium Print Group. They said they were going to double their printing capacity with that acquisition. And we were all expecting Pokemon products to become printed to oblivion, especially after the giant dump of products in October or November of 2021, where Pokemon USA, after letting Celebrations run its course in the market, suddenly released 6 expansions worth of reprints onto the market all at once, crashed the prices of most products. We were expecting after that to see a lot more of that in 2022, and I predicted that Pokemon prices would stay soft, and boy was I wrong on that one. Man, Pokemon prices have been the shining star of the market over the course of 2022. And so Pokemon has increased print runs, kept prices reasonable by controlling distribution, and not crashed everything. And now at the end of 2022, we ended the year with Evolving Skies at nearly $300, Brilliant Stars at getting close to $200, Vivid Voltage and Darkness Ablaze in the about 140 range, and everything else above 110 or so. And so everything in the Pokemon lineup at that point, really healthy in price. So yeah, I totally missed that one. The next prediction I had made was Pokemon printing will put pressure on the prices of other games. And so the theory here was that if Pokemon prints a lot of extra product and they're able to basically suppress their own products' prices by printing a ton, that will put pressure on other games because people will look around and they'll say, why would I buy expensive Flesh and Blood cards if I can buy cheaper Pokemon cards? And I would say that is a question mark, somewhere between a question mark and wrong. Because first, Pokemon prices didn't plummet. So you can't have this effect if they don't plummet. Also, it seems like it would be really hard to measure that effect. So I probably shouldn't have even made that prediction to start with, because how could we hope to measure it? And then there were so many other things in the market this year, just general economic turmoil in 2022 that caused prices to have to drop and for companies to have to slash print runs. Unless you're WotC, then you're doing nothing wrong. So the next prediction was there would be lots of opportunity in 2022 for people like you and me to buy below distributor price, and oh yes, was there. So not only was there opportunity to buy below wholesale from just card stores needing to move product and pay bills, but there was WotC dumping on Amazon several times, making huge dumps for days on end of multiple products, way below, even below what the distributors buy from WotC for. And so, yeah, I think I nailed that one. Arguably, I nailed it for the wrong reason. I was expecting just kind of some weakness with the products, weakness with sales, too high a print run, and I really didn't nail the depth to which WotC would bring an apocalypse to the market. So I guess I was right, potentially partially for the wrong reasons. And my last prediction that I made last year, WotC will continue to make LGS's lives hard. Yes, boy did they. So we're starting to see LGSs going out of business. just from all the ridiculous decisions that WotC made over the course of 2022. You know, it's probably going to keep being bad for a while. It's probably going to take some more time for WotC to acknowledge the problems, for any behind the scenes changes that they're making to come to fruition, to have an effect on the market, for that to turn around, start helping card stores, stabilize some card stores. All of these things have long lags on them in between when they happen and when the effects really start helping shore up card stores' finances and keeping them from closing their doors. So out of those 8 predictions, I would say maybe I had 5 correct. I was definitely wrong on 1, arguably 2, and it's a bit hard to tell on 2 or 3 of them. So maybe I did okay. And I will have a prediction video for 2023 to put my hubris on display again, and I will make my predictions of what will happen in this coming year in the TCG investing world. So that will probably be out within a couple days. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on Final Trade. Thanks a lot, guys. Join the Patreon.